Hi everybody, I'm trying to get things set up. While everybody comes in, I'm going to put a link on here so that if you're new or you haven't signed up for my notifications, if you want to, that is the link. I'm going to pin it. So hopefully it's at the top. It might be at the bottom. Not sure where. And I'm going to throw my supply list on there real quick. Laura's at camp. She's been not feeling well. She may come on. I'm not positive. Oops. So I will put the supply list up here and it'll be at the beginning of the video. Hi Charlene, how are you this evening? Hey Sherry. Oh, you're there, Laura? I didn't know if you could put the supply list up. So I'm playing with I pinned the notification link. And now I gotta move this because of course Crafting Central is where I do everything, but from crafting to doing that. I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard. I could stand up, but then that would be, tragic. I had shirts made. They are on my Etsy store. Not that anybody would want one, but they're very nice shirts, actually. They're very soft. I haven't washed it because it just came in the mail and I wanted to wear it. I got one for Mike and Melinda and I to wear the farmer's market so people would know who we are. And it does have our logo with background and then says handmade wreaths and flower arrangements. And these are our official work shirts that we're going to wear. Hi, Lynn. How are you? I'm waiting for it to try to come up on my iPad, but you know how that goes. I don't even know what. Here we go. We'll hit that one. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is the link. And then I forget. There we go. Now the things will coming back up. Everything is going really good. We were hiding in the house for the next couple of days. We're in a heat advisory. So we don't do heat well. We like cold. Hi, Carrie. Oh, I guess I'm reading the comments backwards. So I probably already said hi, Carrie, but hi, Carrie again. Thank you. These are on my Etsy store. They come through Printful, and I'll tell you what, they are the softest t-shirts. They really are. I have a couple up there. I have one that says something about coffee and wreath making because you know how I am. But I just throw them up there. I also have a coffee mug with my logo on it. Of course, it's not a big enough coffee cup for me, so I haven't ordered one yet. I should. But Mike's upstairs with Ryder. Melinda's working tonight. And so I had started this. I aim to finish this Monday night. But unfortunately, we didn't get hit by any of the weather. It all went south of us. However, my power kept doing big dips. And every time my power dipped, my internet went out. And then it would take it like 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks, Sherry. It would take it 5 to 10 minutes to come back up. I don't know about you, but if I got to keep playing with trying to get in and out of the live, it's just like, I'll watch the replay. So I thought, you know what? No big deal. We'll just save it until Friday, and I'll work on other things, which I did. I'm not sure. I'm going to move the camera up a little. I did finish, because a long time ago, when I showed my, and you can't really see it. I could bring it over here, but don't. Okay. I shouldn't be lazy, should I? Command strip likes to hold on to it. It's one of those that moves. This is, so I decided in the meantime to cut some projects and to make this. This is a Christmas wreath, and I'm going to eventually decorate it. I haven't pulled those decorations out. I don't know if you can see it. The bottom is jute with snowflake, and the top is red. This is just actual ribbon. This isn't, I must have got it on clearance sale after Christmas last year, because when I looked at it, I thought, what will I do with that? Well, it's the same size as what you get in a roll of burlap. So I did the same pull-through method, and I finished it, and I will get the decorations on it soon. I'm hanging it over here because Lambert thinks everything crafted should belong to her. And I didn't want to see her take it out and ruin it. So now that we have kind of a system going where to store our wreaths, here, I'll see if I can turn this more this way, so you can see my big old stomach. There you go. There's the shirt. These are the shirts we had made for us. And like I said, you can get those on my Etsy if you feel like you want them, or you want to come work with me and help me volunteer-wise, of course, because I don't have enough money to pay anybody. That's how I pay my staff now. I pay my staff by babysitting one of them's children and feeding the other one, or making sure he has food to feed us. So there you go, which would be my daughter and my husband. Anyway, so to start off tonight, what I thought I would do is we're going to fluff a bow. I don't make bows online yet, or on lives yet, because I'm not confident enough. Is that what I want to say? But I did get a pro bow, and thank you, Regina Sellers, who is at Wreath Makers Live this weekend with everybody else. It looks like it is a fantastic time. I was new in the business, didn't know about it. Tickets were all gone by that time. They're all down in Fort Worth, Dallas, I believe. And it looks like they're having a great time. But anyway, back to our thing. Anyway, if you'll see, I'm going to turn you down. What's sitting in front of me here besides my tea? This is my fluff box. And Regina gave instructions on how to make a fluff box. So Michael made me this fluff box. Hi, Lori. You're supposed to be having a great time at Wreath Makers Live. Why are you here? And I think I confused you, honey. I told you 6:30 your time where you're at, and that would be my time, because you're now in the central zone. So I got a message from Mari, bless her heart. I like burlap, and I like working it with, I don't like to cut it. I only cut if I use poly burlap. Anyway, but this fluff box, there's a story behind it, because Regina tells you how to make one. So when she was telling us how to make one, this was shortly after she posted on live, we were thinking, we had redone our kitchen, and we redid our kitchen over by the stove. We put in granite countertops around the sink and the cabinets, but over by the stove on each side, we put in butcher block countertops. So, because I've had experiences because I've been in this house for a long time. I know you were, Mari. Thank you so much. I confused Lori. That was my problem. I confused her, because I bet you she's not used to Central Time. So I said, I'll be live tonight at 6:30 at the time you're at. And she probably thought I meant Eastern. Anyway, we had leftover butcher block. So this is butcher block cut in the size and glued together. And Michael put the eye hook, and not a nail, but some wonky thing he had. And I'm going to hope that I cut these. I like to have them longer. So I'm going to hope that this fits. Okay. I probably won't be really far until 5. Anyway, and sometimes Lori calls me Creative Reason Things, and it's Creative Reason Flowers, but I just let her go with it. So anyway, this is a 3-ribbon bow. I used, I got to figure out how the camera is. I used this really cute, I just got this in. I got Craft, I had to order from Craft Outlet and Sims for a couple of orders. I got this really cute spider web. And of course, my favorite that we used before, the Halloween, the witch's hat. And then this one here that we've used before. So they're all Halloween themed. And I actually made a Terri bow, which was my first one ever. Oh, these are going to be hard to do because I didn't cut my little, what do you call these, wires long enough really to get them back to my little Yankee nail there. So we're going to hope it holds because I'm not good really at fluffing yet. I'm learning. I'm getting better. But anyway, so I made this and I used, trying to think of what I used when I did it. I did put tails on both sides and I used the 3 different ribbons, and the one tail I had to cut and I wired it in before I started. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to fluff this bow so that hopefully, see, my wires aren't long enough to keep it real tight, so we may do a lot of fluffing by hand, but that's okay because I just kind of fake it. I tried to hold back on the amount of wire I use because I usually use an enormous amount, and so that didn't work out well. But so make sure your wires are long enough. All right, and we're just going to start at the bottom. Like I said, there's 3 in each one, and I'm going to just kind of pull them out. I always do a lot of, as Regina calls it, foo-foo, because, and I always use the helping hand because I don't pull tight. So the helping hand helps you keep the bow tighter, and I found that is very beneficial for me. And then of course you foo-foo them here, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to probably foo-foo it a ton when we get it on the wreath. And hi Jan, how are you tonight? And so forth. So we'll just be foo-fooing it. Are you working, Laura, are you still here? Are you working on a Halloween wreath? My words, as one of the children that used to be around here would tell me, use your words. Well, I have different words. Hi, Kristen. How are you this evening? Sometimes my words come out and they're not the words I intend to come out, so it's... And you're supposed to be able, but my hands don't work like that. They do it so wonderfully. They just put their fingers in there, and then their little bows just pop. These little things just pop right out, and they're really beautiful. And not mine. I gotta work hard at it. But we make it work. So happy that it's just hot and not stormy tonight. Actually, storm would be nice. It dropped 25 degrees when the storm hit. I'm doing great today, actually. Believe it or not, because I am what they call a techie, and I don't mean Star Trek. I'm a tech geek. And I actually turned the laptop off about 1:30 and put on my creative hat. Well, no, I put on my manual labor hat, I guess. I did my dishes, which was a good thing. Michael cooks, but I have to do dishes. And we don't have a dishwasher here, so I do them by hand. So then I had to change my clothes because I'm wet from my head to my toe. First thing that happens, I start washing dishes and I get wet from my head to my toe, and then I have to go to the bathroom. So it's a vicious cycle, but I'm learning how to control and make the dishes clean. So that's good. The dishwasher's upstairs. It's just too much trouble to pep these up, and then Melinda's usually got it full anyway. So it's just too much to take them up there. And of course, when I move there, then I have to play with Ryder and the dogs and do fun stuff like that, so I get off track. Hence why you see little comments about my brain walking away and not coming back around. And the last couple of days have been a little stressful. Just some business things going on. And yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm not having fun. So I kind of kicked back and did a little wreath therapy creating. And, well, like I said, not really creating, thinking. This is not fluffing the way I want it to. But that's all right. I'm going to put that one over there. You just kind of move them where you want them. And if you're like me, you just go, oh, that doesn't look right. Anyway, so this is how you fluff a bow. I was real proud of how I fluffed my Terri bow. It came out real well. I'm having a slight problem with these little smaller ones. But that's okay. And I don't put a lot of bows on my, what do you call it? Wreaths. Anyway, that's about as good as I'm going to do until I get it on the wreath. So remember, I'm new at this, so that's why they come out a little. I would call them one of Lori's funky bows, except I just don't make it by hand. Oh, do they have a lot of sales? Don't tell me that, Judy. I've been trying to stay away from Joann's because when they have sales, oh my God. I go in for one roll of ribbon, I come out with 5 large bags. Yeah, and Michael is, usually husbands discourage you from that and they get mad. Oh no, he throws as much in the cart as I do. He is as bad as I am. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Yeah, I'll get better in time. That will come. So I actually, as you can see, this one's been sitting for a couple of days and people have been moving it and jumping on it, and throwing it, things like that. They get yelled at, but they do it. This is the other small one that I made with 3 bows. And then, of course, this one I've been trying to protect with my life because it's the very first Terri bow I have ever made. So it looks a little different off of the fluff box. I think somebody thought I made a wreath because they asked me what the frame was. It's like, no, that's not a frame. It's a bow, and that's my fluff box. I just left it on there. So anyway, those are the bows I have, because otherwise this is going to be a real simply decorated. It's heavy. Butcher block is really heavy. Thank you, Mari, Terri. Thank you, guys, Sherry. All of you. I'm a proud person because that's like the first one. This is how far. I'm using an 18-inch ring. Not sure. I usually use 14-inch, but I have a bunch of 18-inch, so I tried it. And this is the bubble poof method. Well, I don't know if you call it poof. I just actually usually call it bubble. Thank you, Mari. I think all that ribbon I got at Craft Outlet. I don't know. I actually know I got the witch hat one at, because I did not realize, usually in Craft Outlet, it comes in 10-yard rolls, which is a really good size. But I picked that up at Old Time Pottery when we were in Kansas City and did not realize it was a shorter roll. This is a huge ring. And I have a bunch of these. I may list some on my Etsy to see if anybody else would like to partake in the joy of working with 18-inch. I just haven't done that yet because I think we counted up, and I think I still have around 70 of them. A little gal that went to school with Melinda and she had a bunch of stuff, and luckily it's all Christmas and Halloween. So what I've been buying during the year, I knew I didn't need to really buy, especially mesh. This is some of the mesh I got from her for Halloween. So I knew I had that, and I was all excited because she bought some really cool stuff. Stuff I would never have thought of buying because back in the day, I was green. I gotta find my stuff, guys. I'm sorry. Bought myself a new organizer over here to organize me, and I'm not organized. Anyway, a lot of people do this also. They do it with the pipe cleaners, like a half a pipe cleaner. I choose to do mine with zip ties because the grip in my hands isn't real forceful. And so, okay, this is how much problem I have. Those little dog foods, because when Lamb eats, she's picky. So she has to have a wet dog food. So we buy those little things with the foil tops. And I can't take the unless I use these little grippers. or grippers like those, I should say. So that's how much grip I don't have in my hands. But I'm going to work around it, so life is good. Anyway, this that I have done. I'm gonna move this tea. Sorry, guys. Hi, Patty Beth Barnes. I went through your bag. I love it. All of it. My brain. Pardon me. That went down the wrong pipe. My brain started working immediately. You have good taste, Patty. You really do. Anyway, this is one of these rolls because the bubble method takes a lot more mesh than the that's my thing. But I thought, well, I'll show you because this is the simple decoration that I'm using tonight. So this should fit right in the middle, and we should be good. Well, and then I probably won't use the black ones unless I use them on the web, but I have some foam spiders. So anyway, this is one whole mesh. It left 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did 6 sections, and then this one. And usually I do this the other direction because I have stuff sitting all over in this area, my laptop, and not my laptop. I have to put my laptop away. But my iPad, my phone, any kind of glue product, whatever I have sitting over there. I'm just going to gather this all together like this. And I am going to find my, see, I reorganized again. I got myself a new, I'm going to cut those off because they've got some frays coming out. I got myself this little red bucket to put stuff in. Mostly my tools because I moved everything else out from under my table because once again, my wonderful Ms. Lamba was thinking that she should, I'm going to be backwards now because I'm used to doing it. Okay, we're rearranging, guys. Sorry. Anyway, Miss Lamba was taking everything out of my buckets that I had under my table. I had like 4 buckets under my table of stuff. And I was finding it all out in the garage because that's her place to put things. And I didn't like that. She wasn't exactly chewing it up. The only thing they've chewed up lately, and I don't know if it was her or if it was the big dog bin, or I'm thinking it was both, were my glasses, my prescription glasses. Looks like they played tug of war with them. And they are unusable, but that's okay because it's actually time. We're going to go this way. It's actually time to get new glasses, so that's okay. I guess. They ruined the frame. I wasn't excited about that because I'd actually gone to a very expensive frame thinking I would wear them, but I didn't. My fault. I only put them on when I'm out in the sun. All right. I think we're good now. With my little table, I definitely have some issues. Sometimes I do have Mike made me a mesh roller. It holds 3. It will hold up either, it's not real tight. No. It'll hold 3. I've got one that holds 3 21s, or I have one that holds 3 10s, and they're vertical because I couldn't understand why I would want to try to work with more than one mesh side by side. The side by side thing wasn't logical. I wanted mine vertical. So he made me 2 stands that are vertical. And it helps me immensely if I'm cutting more than one mesh at a time. If I'm cutting just one, I'm just putting it down there and rolling it out. It's not a big deal. But sometimes when I'm doing this, if I have it on that mesh holder, it keeps it from like straying away. But since Screaming Mimi, because I can hear Ryder screaming upstairs, Oh, great, Carrie. I want to see it. I gotta hit the button. Okay, good. Good. Is he watching the live? You didn't make him stay and watch a live, did you? Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm using 2-inch posts. And, you know, I could take a measure stick or I could try the 1, 2, 3 method, neither of which I'm good at. I have my board here and I just put it like, okay, that's at 13. I'm worried about this tail. I need to put another. To tell you the truth, guys, I'm going to stick another zip tie on that around just one pole because I am not liking the fact it felt like it was going to pull out. I like to do quality, not quantity, so and for all of you that didn't go to Dallas or Fort Worth, I think we're missing a fun time. I mean, I'm sure they're learning lots of stuff too, but it looks like, I mean, every time you see somebody online that's going live from down there, they are all laughing and having a good time. So I think we missed a good time, but you know what? We can do a good time here in virtual world. I do a lot in virtual world. And maybe in virtual world is probably one of the better things technology came up for me because sometimes, sometimes I can't get out. So, all right. Anyway, now this is sitting on 14, and what I do is I just pull it over to about 4 on my board, and I just wing it up here. I don't know. I'm hoping you can see, but because I work backwards. And I'm sorry about that, but it's just the way my setup is. You probably can't. Then we'll turn it this way for a minute. Then we put our zip tie around it. And when I put the zip tie on, I'll hold it up and show you after this one. Because I don't go around just one. And you want to push it up. I try to get 6 in each section. And that makes the fullness. And I cut as I go because if I don't, it's kind of hard sometimes to find them. I reach in here and try to find the edges. Get a little confused sometimes, but hey, that's what makes it fun. And I just pull these edges out. Sometimes it looks like I'm backwards, like that one, so I just take this edge, and I'll try the other. Nope, okay. And you just pull them out. This one's kind of hard because this is where I started, so I've got like various things going on down in there. But I pull them out as best I can, shape them. But, so as you can see, I put them around the 2 middle bars, and then I just poof them together. So. And we're just going to finish that up, and if I don't quit talking and don't get working, we'll be here all night. Because trust me, I was taking my time with the other one. When I started it, and then when I finished off the mesh, I thought, well, I'll just save this for live, because I don't know that I've done a bubble on live. I have made one. The first one I made was actually a red bubble. I did it right after Lori showed us. She did like a duck. Chicken. Oh well, one of those birds. It was so cute. And my grandson, Ryder, thinks that the best person in the whole wide world, or the best friend he can have in the whole wide world. Yeah, thank you, Mari. He thinks Elmo is the bomb. And I said, you know, Melinda, he needs an Elmo wreath. And of course, Grandma has to make it. I have to count. Okay. Like I say, try to put 6 per section. So you can use 5 too. It depends on how it works out. But anyway, so I saw her do that poof, or the bubble, and I said, that is perfect. And I think there's somewhere on my Facebook page, there are pictures of it. But I tell you what, that little guy, because that was when not too long, I can't remember when I made it. He's had it a couple, 3 months. And he still talks about his Elmo and has to say hello and good morning. So it was one of the better things I ever made. It makes my heart excited every time I see him do that. And I have a camera in his room so I can make sure he's behaving when he's supposed to be in there sleeping, which he doesn't like to do. So I get to watch him interact with Elmo, so that makes me happy. So I told Melinda that was one of the better wreaths I ever made. And it was simple. And it brought my grandson much joy. I'm sure at some point he's going to go, Grandma, take Elmo away. But since he's 19 months, he can't say that to me for a couple more months, or 3 or 4 anyway, right? The duck kit. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was a duck or a chicken. I knew it was yellow. I did. I see something. Unfortunately, it looked more like a gray hair than it did mesh, but can't be my hair. I had it colored. It was not gray anymore. It's purple and blonde. Well, no, I had her leave the gray. Oh, I know. Talking about low thumbs, that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. I had a little problem, but it's getting worked out, so that's okay. But I don't like it when that stress hits. When that stress hits, when you're dealing with financials, especially with your business, you just kind of, yeah, it wasn't pretty, but it's all good now. Well, kind of. It will be. I have confidence. And we have plenty of materials, so that's not a big deal. Just sometimes too soft-hearted. And I just fluff these out, guys. I'm probably one of the worst fluffer-outers on everything. I just kind of make it do what I want it to. I'll tell you what, go back and watch, Sherry, go back to Hardworking Mom, either on YouTube or on Facebook. I'm gonna stop there because that's beautiful. And look it up and watch her. It is absolutely adorable. Adorable. She's Lori from Hardworking Mom and Mari, she's our moderator. They're on right now Sundays and Wednesdays, I believe. One day they're on, and Mari, correct me because I just kind of like go with the flow. One night they're on Facebook and one night they're on YouTube, right? And I don't know, to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure which way. I'm thinking maybe Sundays is Facebook and Wednesdays is YouTube. I haven't done a live on YouTube yet. I do have a YouTube channel, and I can post that link, or maybe if, I don't know if Laura can or not. She's on an iPhone. I use a laptop when I do moderating for her site, whom the best moderator in this world is Mari, and that is where I have watched her, and that is where I've learned how to do my moderating skills. So thank you, Mari. You're wonderful. You do a wonderful job for Lori. Really appreciate it. The only thing that I can't do that you do is I have no idea of any foreign language other than computer. I know how that is. You ought to see me when I'm out. I have my phone, right? And you can watch on your phone. But they always take me to because I don't drive. I can't drive our truck. It's a F-250. And yeah, that would be really scary for everybody and their brother if I drove it. Well, I can't even get into it without steps to it. And they always take me to the loudest places when I have something I want to watch. because then I never remember I have my earphones with me because, you know, I'm an old lady. And my phone actually doesn't, this new phone, the iPhone 8, doesn't have a phone jack or an ear jack. But then my son kindly explained to me after I lost control because I got what is it? We use Square, and I have a zip reader. And I'm like, where do I put it? And he said, Mom, look at the headphones. There is an adapter. I go, oh, Mari, don't get nervous. You do great. But anyway, so my son had to inform me, my son had to inform me that there was a headphone jack. I just had to use an adapter. I go, oh. And then I bought a wallet, and it's probably not anything special because I got it at JCPenney. But it had a battery, you know, one of those extra batteries in it. I don't know. I don't think so. Mari, are you related to Lori? And if so, how? Someone asked. And she may not tell. I don't know. It's her prerogative, so. But anyway, so he had to show me how to work with that. We're going to see if that works because when I go to the farmer's market, I always have great tech ideas. Like I said, I'm a techie at heart. My degree is in computers. It's kind of hard. You know, I'm kind of a funny person because I have the logic brain, but I have the creative brain. I don't know if those really match. You are Lori's sister? Hi, Olive. How are you? I am doing really good tonight. Had a wild couple of days. Decided to just say, today, turn the computer off. I actually cut some mesh for one project. Got another project I want to get in the works from the, I don't know if you guys saw them, but I got hummingbirds in. And the only place I could find them was Sims, to tell you the truth. And so I've got to get those things going. They did get one of the mesh cut for them today, and then I've got to decide what I'm going to make, how I'm going to make the other one with what mesh. I really am excited. When I was at Old Time Calgary, I found a whole bunch of different colored ombre. And I don't know if you guys don't know ombre. It's kind of a... Okay. I'm not sure about if you guys have ever seen the ombre, but I don't know. Would you call it variegated, maybe? I showed it on the quick impromptu live I did the other day. And I'm really excited to work with that. I'm thinking I'm going to do a rose. Now, I will say this, and I have been in contact with Lori through Unique and the Creek because it is a new system. You don't use a wire ring. She has her own system to put it on. It's very simple. And I saw where they were now starting to get workshops. However, the workshops are only live. We're all good. Welcome back, Mari. Glad you can see now. Did you see the question, are you related to Lori? And if so, how? Someone asked. Well, they actually asked if you were her sister. Anyway, and I didn't know if that yes was for that question or not. Oh, you're so sweet. But anyway, the ombre is awesome. I haven't actually opened it and used it, but it's awesome looking. And I'm thinking it would make one of the best roses. But what I was talking about was Unique and the Creek system. It is a patented system now. She is actually from Canada. I'm sorry, I've lost my clips. And anyway, she does have a patent on it, so hence, don't want to mess with with copyrights and so forth. But anyway, if you use her board, but she doesn't really want it, because the only way I could do a workshop or even a tutorial live is to do it online. Hi, Zohara. I'm sorry. I hope your migraine goes away. I am on my second roll of 21-inch mesh. The first roll did, I'll have to count the sections again because my old mind has forgot. It did all but 4 sections. I believe it did 8 sections. This is an 18-inch ring though. So if you made it on a 14-inch ring, it would take less mesh. They're 10-inch bubbles or poofs, bubble poofs. I just kind of make up my own language too, guys. Sorry. Thank you so much, Sahara. By the way, I don't know if it's still there. Yeah, I see it. I pinned my, and I don't know if it's on the top or the bottom of your screen because it always shows on the bottom of mine, but usually it says, hey, I pinned this to the top. That is the link for notifications to my lives. I usually put out a broadcast prior to when I go live. And then I believe, it seems to on my computer anyway, or laptop, or not laptop, iPad. When I actually hit and go live, you'll actually see me down there and you get a little message for a few seconds so you can click on it if you like. Oh no! People are getting cut off and they're not getting back in. Well, that makes me unhappy. I'm a little unhappy because sometimes I'm thinking Facebook is trying to change things. You know what it is, Mari? I bet it's all those people down there in Fort Worth because they all, did you see that? They all went live at the same time. And I don't know how many they allowed in there, but there was a gajillion, it looked like. That's what happens to us folks here in the cornfield. Everything's a gajillion. Hi, Claudia. How are you tonight? I have to count, guys. I haven't been counting. These last few sections, I'm only getting 5 in because it's really full. This is really full. There's not a lot of play with it. Is there over 350 down there? I knew there was a lot, and I knew they sold out. You know? And I was just like, well, mercy. But it looked like, I'm like, when I go to those things, I like to watch people. And I would be having so much fun right now. Also like to talk because I don't get out in public, as you can tell. My kids just absolutely think I'm nuts. They yell at me, Mom, because when we go out to a restaurant, don't talk to the waiter. They're trying to work. Hey, the waiter, stop and talk to me. Come on now. You know? But, yeah, because I caught Lori's little bit live, I guess. Damon was showing them how to go Facebook Live. I don't know if it was a new Facebook Live or if they were just all practicing on their telephones or doing what, but they were all in the room, all live at the same time, and I'm thinking that is a very good server they're on. Because from the tech field, you get that many people, and I know they do that because my son actually, on top of having his day job, he's a gamer, and he's getting ready actually to go to a thing called SDGQ. I have to say the whole words in my head to give you the anagram or whatever the initials. It's because it's Summer Games Done Quick. And he used to race, but now he just goes for the fun because if you race, you don't get to have as much fun. Which, like, I'm sure is the same at Wreath Makers Live. If you're presenting, you're more worried about that presentation than you really are about just enjoy. So now he goes to just enjoy. He ran Mega Man X, and actually, during the Winter Games, 2 years in a row, he was #1 before he stopped his racing. Well, actually, he did not stop racing, but the third year, a young man from Brazil, that's held out in Washington, D.C., and he was a very good friend of my son's. So that worked too. So really cool. And then now he just goes to enjoy and meet the different people because as I said, we live in virtual worlds. He's the same as I am. Works all day at his job at Google, and comes home and is on the computer all night long with games. Oh, you would be okay, Zahara. Is it Zara? Zahara. Zara. I don't pronounce names well. I used to be a telemarketer. I used to be able to do names in a heartbeat. Because let me tell you what, when you're on auto dial and a name comes up, boy, oh boy, you better be able to say it. They did. I couldn't believe they were all on live at the same time. That has got to be a heck of a signal and a heck of, you know, a heck of a signal and a heck of a. I mean, I know you can do it. Like I said, he goes up there, and I don't know what their cutoff is up there for the games. But not only do you have the guys that are, and they stream on Twitch. So not only do you have the ones that are streaming on Twitch and the races and so forth, and people commenting and donating and all that they do, but you've got several game rooms in the back of gamers coming up that actually are practicing, and because they all take their own equipment if they're racing. So that was kind of interesting to watch him load up. He didn't when he went to DC because that was further away. But this one, I believe, is in. I always get excited. I go, one of those M states up in the north. And I know there's Michigan, Minnesota, and Montana. And they're all together, almost. I'm not good at geography. But I think it's Minnesota. And so when he went there, he loaded his car up with all his equipment. And when you talk equipment, you're not just talking, okay, I got myself this laptop. Zara. Okay, good. I'm glad I pronounced it well. I'm trying to catch comments. And thank you so much, Mari, for helping out. Yeah, so he actually has equipment that's, because being a techie, he has, what do they call them? Because I keep telling him I'm going to come go live from his house because his stream would be so much better, you know? Because I just use, in fact, it's his webcam that he gave me. I was just using my laptop. He's like, oh, no, use this. Gave me a video cam too, but I wasn't into trying to figure out how to, not figure out, remember or find a system to edit and do that. I'm not into that yet. If I get into all that, then I'll have to have somebody else be the creative person to make the wreath. Because I go way deep into it. But yeah, he's got something, I think they call it a PCM. I don't know. Actually, he got it. Sony used to do them to actually edit movies. It is. That's a very, I don't hear that name often. So, Zara. But, so he has, like, and he's got the really cool microphone with the thing that comes out over it, you know, like you see the DJs and stuff using. This one is not behaving good. It's getting tight. When you get to these last couple of sections, the bubble method does get very tight. And it's kind of hard to work with sometimes. But we will conquer this. We will. Okay. And I think what happened was, this one on this side, I just needed, we're actually down to one here and then maybe two on the other side. So it's not going to take us 2 full rolls of the deco, the 21-inch deco. And I do believe, you know, if you're smart, you don't throw. Oh, really? Whew. But if you're smart, you don't throw away, like, the things you take off, the items, before you use them, and you look. Apparently I wasn't that smart today. Yeah, these are 10 yards. I wanted to make sure they were the same. Usually things are. And actually this is called Halloween mesh. I'm not quite sure where it came from. It might be from Hobby Lobby. It might be from Joann's. We used to have a Michael's. Uh-oh. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me just... Hang on. Did you need something to eat? I am home. I'm doing it. Dad's upstairs. All right, well, Dad's upstairs. Okay, well, I'm right down. Bye. Speaking of the devil, I have this turned off. And it was my son, and he doesn't call for just no reason, so I thought maybe I better see, make sure he's not having a problem. He bought a house about 5 miles from us. But once a mom, always a mom, right? He's going to be 32. Woo. That makes me old, doesn't it? Because he's my second child. Ooh, mercy. Of course, my daughter's 34, so she turned 34 in May. And then I have one that turns 25 in September. So she's the one that lives here with us. Well, they live on the upper part. I live down here in the lower part. That's my house. But this is getting so difficult. I'll be glad when this all... I don't mind doing this, but right when it gets down here to the very end, when it gets tight, yeah. Yes, I do hope you start feeling better. Thank you very much, Laura. But anyway, usually I will not take a phone call, but since it was from him, and I had not informed him I was live. He said he got us something. It's kind of scary. He's been trying to save money. He wants a new car. I want him to get a new car because I want to buy his old car. So, we're waiting. Actually, he's in a queue. He has one reserved. He wants a Tesla. So he's got one reserved, but we haven't heard yet when he can go and configure it. So I vote for him to get it soon, so he has a nice Altima that he bought before he moved down my house. And I think it's a 212. So I want him to get his new car so I can have his old car because, like I said, I cannot drive the truck because it's way too tall. And it's way too scary. And I would probably hurt people and take them out. I can only back it up. I do not think that the police and such would allow me to go backwards all the way in here. But I'm really good at the backing it up because I can use the camera. So I'm the one that gets the trailer hooked up when we're getting ready to go somewhere. I'm the one, because we have a Stinger. And Mike gets all backwards and he's yelling and stuff. I said, don't yell, just let me do this, let me think about it. And he won't use the camera, he can't do it. I do. And I just line that puppy right up. That trailer gets put together and I'm like, see, hun? Might not go forward, but I can sure go backward. So, I guess everybody has their talents. Of course, that's after you take the bench and get me into the truck. Hilarious. And we've actually had to buy 2 step stools now because when we were going down to Kansas, when our daughter went to Kansas, and we were taking her down there, at the York Rest area in Nebraska, that is where my cute little green and blue stool ended up. And I hope somebody really enjoys it. And it helped him. So I had to, and then I couldn't find him at Walmart. The first one I got at Walmart. And then the second one I had to order offline because then I couldn't, and they're children's step stools. That's what they are. Do they love it? What kind do they have? He's going to order the new Model S. I think it is. And he's getting excited. And that's why I'm surprised he bought me something because he said, I got to save all my money for my new Tesla. see if I can make this one our last one, gang, because I don't know if I can get any more in there. Let's bring it tight. I've seen pictures of Teslas, and he sent me pictures of Teslas when he was out working down at Mountain Home. And actually, there's a couple people in town here, believe it or not, that have Teslas. But I take that back. That was a lie. I'm sorry. When we were in Florida 2 winters ago, we went to the Home and Garden Show down at Panama City, and they actually had one, but it was the coupe with the soft top. I can't remember. It wasn't what like he was going to get. This was more of a sports car. Yeah, he has this dream of putting it up so that you don't have to plug it in. You just drive into his garage, and then it just like there's things on the wall. Kind of like my new phone charger. I don't have to. Hi, Amber. I don't have to actually plug it in. I just set it on the stand. So yeah, that's gonna be. That's his dream. All right, gang. We're gonna try this because I think this is gonna be way cool enough. And I'll show you how much I have left over for this second roll. I think a 14-inch ring might just take one roll, or you could make it so that one roll would fit, or would do it, so you wouldn't have to have the expense of a second roll. But like I said, this is an 18-inch. And I have quite a bit left of this second one. So, I'm going to get that out of our way, and I'm going to take another one of these. I'm going to try to figure out how to put this so it's not disturbing our flow here. The thing I like about this too is that you don't really, when you're done, a lot of times I'll cover the back. Because sometimes when you get to be creative, the back kind of gets kind of wonky. That's a word. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I think so too, Maria. I'll only take one home. But yeah, this one, I'll show you one. I smack myself in the face with this. You ever wondered if that's going to happen? That would be me. Maybe I'll put my bow here where I have all of these ties, and that'll kind of cover up that stuff. All right. So, and I try to pull these as I go around because it's easier. This one I don't think would be. Sometimes they get, especially at the end here, where it's tight. You just have to tell them to do what you want. Okay. So anyway, this is, like I said, this is the bubble poof. We're having a little trouble here getting these. I may poo-poo it later, I think. I may not. I may just put the bow there. This is what it comes out like when all is done. This is what your back looks like. And like I said, you can use your pipe cleaners. Well, you can do that. You can do that. But now, I don't like this over here. I guess you look at it and then you debate if you like or not. This one's kind of crunched up. I like it when I can get them pulled because I want them to come out in the center. That's one reason I do not use an 18-inch ring, is because, and I know Laura does all the time, so how she does it, I don't know. But I don't put things in the middle. They either have to be good things, or big things, or but covering the center was my concern. But yeah. Okay. So this is the decoration I have chosen because that just seemed like a fun, good thing. And we're going to go back to our new bucket. And look, I know Laura said this might not be the best, but I'm going to try it. I bought some DAP glue. I've tried every glue in the free world, I think. That's interesting. See, I put things in here I don't even know I did. They actually worked out well for me. I put this over here. I like one of these Sharpies. So cut it. This is normally not what I use, but I don't even know what gauge this one is, but we found it, so I bet my other floral wire is over with. I'm gonna cut. I cut these long because I'm just worried. Thank you, Mark. I'm just worried that I won't have enough, and I can cut off. Floral wire isn't that big of an expense, especially when you can go out and dig into my husband's garbage in the garage, his garbage, his tools, and find more. It's amazing. I've gone digging for, what have I done out there? Glue sticks, all kinds of stuff. And he has it. And you know what the fun is that if I use it, he won't know it, because he doesn't know what he has out there. So, but to tell you the truth, I actually think this came out of some of my son-in-law's stuff. And he didn't know he had it either, so there you go. Free wire. Unless he's on. He was on the other night. I don't know why. I think he clicked it by accident. He said he couldn't hear it, though, because he's supposed to be working. So. And all I'm going to do with this floral wire, and I suppose you could also, if you wanted to, use an orange colored pipe cleaner. I don't know. I'm just kind of getting into the floral wire Heidi and more kind of thing. Because, well, I can't see it, so I just pretend like nobody else can see it. I'm just going to put that around there. And then, usually, here's the other thing. I don't normally decorate these by myself. You're going to laugh. Because I make Mike help me, and we may have this problem. When I put the wires through, I have problems finding them. I cannot see them, especially I won't be able to see this green on the black. So hopefully we're going to get it all on tonight without Michael. And I would have Michael come down to help me, but Melinda's working. So if he comes down, he'll bring Ryder down, and then no telling what kind of chaos we would have. Because 19-month-olds do everything except what you want them to. So, and I had forgotten that. Like I said, my youngest, Melinda, is going to be 25. So I'd forgotten how they react. So, that is what we're doing. We're gonna attempt. So I'm way out of my comfort zone tonight. Wow. I fluffed a bow, and I don't do that often. And now I'm putting decorations on a wreath without a man to yell at. Oh, he gets a lot of yelling, poor guy. I got to tell you, though, guys, he's really good to me. He's made the storage out in the garage for us. Well, I say for us because I have to include him now because he's really good. He made all my storage in here for me. He is going to set us up at the farmer's market. I'm not physically capable of doing all that. I'm only physically capable of designating. So, he does get a vacation this summer. He is going to Florida. He is going to Alaska with his father, which I didn't really get asked. That's okay. But I was supposed to do farmers markets during July. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do one, I'm hoping, a week from Saturday. I have not heard back from them. And of course, I'm not loading it all up and taking it if I don't hear back. I'll contact them this week. Because you just send in your money and your form, and I would have loved they will send me something back. Bubbles are kind of easy to at least get. Oh, look, somebody's going on. Because I hear no, no. Maybe there's somebody at my front door. I need to get myself. It doesn't sound like mine, so that doesn't make me happy. Oh, I know. It's Sean. He just called me and told me he was coming over. Silly me, my goodness. Old timers. I'm sure if that was my dog barking, he wouldn't bring me a dog. One isn't enough. I'm excited. I want to know what he bought. Maybe he got me a doorbell. I want to. That's what I was going to say. I would know if we have Nest in the home. Of course, it's a Google product. Thank you, Mari. So I want a Nest doorbell to go with the rest of my system. And unfortunately, we've lived here. Let's see, Melinda's going to be 25. So we've lived here at least 23 years in this house. We bought it when she was 1. And unfortunately, we have a couple of career criminals in the neighborhood. And what they like to do is find out if you're having a bad day and did not lock your car. And they go in there and then they take things out of your car. But they don't take all the important things. Like, Mike has a problem remembering. And he also has a problem leaving his wallet in the car or in the truck. Now, he puts it in the middle console, so it's not seeable. So these are career criminals because they've done this before and they've figured it out. You know exactly where to go. And so we've lost debit cards. I finally figured out a way to do that, to fix that. I've got it on Career Ballet, and as soon as I figure it out, I don't have to contact the bank per se. All I have to do is turn it off. So, but it's sad because, you know, these people do that. And Michael, bless his heart, his is an actual disability with his memory from using paint chemicals when he was in the Air Force. So I give him a little bit. Sometimes I give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Sometimes I don't. Depends on how I feel that day. Because this has gone on since 1990. Well, shortly before Melinda was born. She was born in 93. All right. But anyway, these guys were supposed. So I want the Nest doorbell so I can also see up front. Here is, we have attached this. I'm going to leave the wires hanging out for a minute. And this is what. Okay, this is the Terri bow. And I'm thinking, this is what I want to do. I should go over there and get my easel, but that'd like be right. I never do anything this simple. Because it's more fun. I've learned, I've have some issues, medical issues too. And I have learned through the years, you just adapt. And I love to say this, and I hope nobody ever yells at me. I'm so worried about copyrights and stuff. You know, I used to watch Big People, Little World. I don't watch much TV anymore. But when I was watching Big People, Little World, and I love the Roloffs. And I loved Amy Roloffs, and she said, we might be smaller, but we can do anything anybody else can do. We just do it differently. And you know, if that doesn't just work for the small company, that works for me also. And so I just figure out a way to do what I want to do, and I do it. Because life's too short not to do it. You get some wreath makers out there and they get all upset. It's like, do you want to do this? Is this your dream? Oh, yeah, well, then you do it. Why let people tell you can't do it? Why let people influence you? If it's your dream, do what you do to make it happen. Especially there's some younger ones on now. And some of them are just so cute. I love watching A Touch of Decor. I just love it. He has such a cool personality, and he makes wonderful products. I'm not sure how old Nick is, but I know he went to floral school, or maybe he's still in it, like for live florals. But I think it's Nick's seasonal decor. He is absolutely, I'm going to have to tighten these mics. I'm going to have to come down and help me tighten these later, I'm sure. I don't think they'll fall off. Guess not. I'm doing the shape test. Oh, he does. So that is the Terri bed. And then my idea, ladies, this is for people. I shouldn't say ladies, because you think everybody's a lady on here, but they might not be. There's a lot of very talented men out there. Like I said, Jace from A Touch of Decor. There's Nick's seasonal decor. I love his, especially, I think he did a live original of flowers. And that was really kicking. He's from Massachusetts, and I only know this because Michael's family is actually from the Boston type area. I think it's just north of Boston. Like I said, I'm not good at geography. And I'm trying to get this wire through, guys. And I always notice this dude wearing a Boston shirt and Red Sox and Bruins, and I'm a huge Bruin fan. So Red Sox and Bruins, and that's why I kind of picked up on him when I first started, because I saw him come through the feed, and then I said, what's going on in Boston Bruins shirt? And actually, you'll probably, if you watch any of the wreath makers live, Nick's seasonal decor is down there. So I'm sure you'll see him at some point. He's a younger gentleman. There's who else do I watch? Once in a while I pick up Dylan. They were going to Dylan's place. I think that's Elias' home. I think he might be in Texas, but I'm not sure. And then one that I just found through A Touch of Decor, it's a design with Scott. Now he does they have a site, and he does chalk paint, and I don't know if that's for chalk decor or what, but he's been making some wreaths. And I'll tell you what, he was at Dollar Tree. I think I saw one yesterday. And he was at the Dollar Tree, and he was so funny, shocking. I was having such a good time. And then I was going like, oh yeah, because I had just gone and bought some of those flowers and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, you want that? Oh yeah, you want that? And then he was trying to decide if he should buy some flip-flops. I'm like, well, I got flip-flops with pineapples on it. Because I did. I found a pair of flip-flops, and they were a smaller pair, because I guess you don't want big pairs, but I'm not gonna go buy flip-flops when I haven't made a flip-flop wreath. I'll just use my Dollar Tree ones. Well, I am in a cornfield, so take into consideration. And I thought I had lost one of the wires. There's 4 wires on every bow, because I use that second helping hand. And you don't cut it off, you just keep incorporating it into everything. I thought, did I? Well, one of them's not behaving, so we'll figure it out later. We'll connect these 3 and put string fork and just playing with them underneath the mesh, guys. And this actually, besides, like we said, besides the few more spiders I have for it, I'm going to go get, now that I've done all that, I'm going to go get the easel. The easel I got because decorations look so different. And I don't stand up because I couldn't stand up for that long. But it's a little different if you're right over top of it. But if you're sitting down trying to put them on, it's a whole different perspective. And I've rearranged things many times and I haven't got a thing on this yet, so we'll go this way. So Mike got me this. We got it at Joann's, I believe. And then you can flip your ribbons. Make them where you wanna. This is the Terri bow, so it's kind of big. But I have never put one bow. I might have put. Hi, Patricia. I might have put, you know, one on here. Nick does fantastic. I don't watch Damon much. I don't know why. He seems like a very, very nice guy. Don't take me wrong. But for some reason, when he creates, he just makes me nervous. And I don't know if it's because he moves faster or I don't know what it is. I have noticed that he seems like maybe I was just too new and I couldn't keep up. I thought these had stickies on them. That's why I'm playing with them. And some of them do, I guess, and some of them don't. But anyway, so I have been catching a few of Damon's now and again. But I thought maybe we just, I know the other one's fluffy. Maybe we'll just add a friend kind of to visit that one. I don't know if you can't see them. I'll turn it toward you. I just had a few of these. These came from that little gal. I don't know where she got them. They are so neat. And they have these, I'm going to put, actually I bought the DAP glue and I'll put it on later. Because I would bet I can get the lid off without using my teeth, which I don't like to do. But Mike will. That's why he has one tooth that's missing. So he was trying to bite something to open it and he broke a tooth off. And I just laughed at him because if you're dumb enough to do that, whatever. We didn't ever have it. We never had it fixed. Nick, I think it's Nick's seasonal decor. I'm not, I'm not quite positive. I think it's Nick's seasonal decor, and he's so cute. And then sometimes his friends help him, and they're so sweet. Sometimes it'll be him and a couple of little gals. Sometimes it'll be him and one person. Sometimes he makes them do something that they don't know how to do, and they get all excited. I'm going to have to put some glue on this one for sure. But I'll get them on there somewhere. All right, guess what? And not even an hour and a half. Oh, my goodness, it's a record. I'm becoming a pro. Oh, I didn't say that. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Patricia. Anyway, I'm going to turn this around. I do have, like I said, I'm going to move my camera. Uh-oh. What are you doing?
You live? Here, I'll show you this real quick. Keep for you.
Oh, thank you. You could say hello. This is my son. That was my son.
I saw a model for your son in Bellevue, definitely on the
Oh, where?
36 in Cape Park. It was coming up in Cape Park. Turn left on 36.
Okay, bye. That was my son, you guys. My husband loses things all the time, as you know. And you can tell he didn't want to be on camera. Although he is used to being on camera. Because, like I said, he streams Twitch. But he bought me this, and it's so that we can find things when we lose it. I guess like keys in your wallet, or I don't know how it is. But he had been telling me, and I said, well, I'd have to buy some. I said, no, I'm not going to deal with that. I'd rather him bought me a Nest ring thing. Whatever. Ring, I guess, is one thing. Nest is another thing. Okay. It's kind of hard to... Okay, there is the wreath. And I have one more of these to put on. And I like to do this because people always ask, how big is that? Well, if you were going to estimate, sorry, I know I'm in front of you. You know, if you were going to estimate how wide this is, it's probably 29 to 30. And It might not really fit in a screen door because it might be closer to 10 inches deep. Usually mine are 8, but you could. And this, I think this is the poly deco, and it feels like it would hold up. I don't know about the ribbon. If it was just out in regular weather, but the deco would. Usually best to put under a cup. I mean, people can do what they want, but usually best to put under a covered area. And I will tell you another trick too. If you put it between your doors, it gets immensely hot, like your door and your screen door. Thank you, Mari. So if you go through your door and your screen door, you get like, yeah, I can't even touch the doors sometimes. They're so hot here. And so that's why I am holding off from the glue, the hot glue. And if I do use hot glue, I will go around and use other glue on top of it or beside it or something to uphold it or wire it because it melts. I learned a very valuable lesson the hard way when I took some down for the cemeteries where my mom and dad are, and then my uncle and my grandparents. I had made my mom and dad a great big headstone topper, which was fine, and it was fine. But then I'd also made small grapevines for my grandparents and my uncle. And when I got down there, because we put them it was in a red, because Sean went with us, so we didn't want to block, we wanted him to be more comfortable, and our back seat isn't a full back seat. I have suicide doors to get in the back. So, anyway, we put them in we had a big red tub like you can get at Walmart for Christmas time, the huge one. And so we did that. We put the headstone topper in there, and then I put all my other flowers that I was taking, and I moved vases and stuff. And then we went to see my aunt first, and went to lunch with her. I had to deliver a wreath to a friend I'd made. And by the time I got it all done and got to the cemetery, my uncle's had no flowers on it. So I learned a very valuable lesson, is what I did. I did that. Do you guys think that's okay? I mean, you could even turn it, it could be, I don't know where I'll put the hook yet. If I get my dab glue out, I'll dab that on. Because I think that's the last spider I have. So he'll go somewhere. I'll figure it out. Maybe he gets to live on the web too. I don't know. We'll see. Just depends. And the thing is I'll sit here and foo-foo and foo-foo and foo-foo, and then if I have to ship the wreath out, when people get it, they'll have to foo-foo and foo-foo and foo-foo. Well, they might not be that big. I don't know. I saw somebody say the other night, oh my God, I am so excited because I love the wreath, but they didn't foo-foo the bow enough. And I'm like, yeah, but it's their bow to foof as they want. So we're going to turn you up here so you don't have to stare at that. There we go. In fact, the grapevine that is hanging under the light is the one I was telling you all of the flowers fell off of. It's only a 7-inch. I did save all the flowers. I went back and I used Gorilla Glue. And I played 3 days, pick the glue off the hands. Because glue, I didn't use the hot sticks. I used the tube. And then it doesn't want to come out of the tube after you use it the first time. So that's why I moved on to dab. It's kind of like I'm trying to figure out when I spray the wreaths how to spray them. And I'm now in a phase of, thanks Mari, thank you Patricia. I'm now in a phase where I spray Mod Podge and then Krylon if I know they're gonna be outside. But I haven't sprayed any for a while. I should. But in Nebraska, there's only certain seasons you can spray, and they aren't very long because you can't spray in the extreme cold, and I don't want to go spray in the extreme hot. But anyway, so I think I'm done with this one. I will be taking, I have a photographer, Michael. I bought him a new camera, so he's in charge. He took 5 today of Christmas, and I have to rate those up. I'm getting ready to fill the store for Christmas in July for Etsy. And someday I will actually go back and work on my website. I haven't done that. I don't know. I'm just kind of. Did you see this? went to for Pinterest, and this is my shirt, my creative reasons. I don't know, as hot as it is today, Mary, I'm thinking I better go and get myself a tank top because it's kind of warm. Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you, share and like. Like I said, that is my notification that is pinned to the comment. So if you want notification of my further lives right now, I believe my schedule will be on Mondays and Fridays at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern Time. My friend Laura from Laura's Wreath Rooms is on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern Time, I believe. And then I get confused, and Mari can help me out here. Lori is on Sundays and Wednesdays, but I can't remember if she's moved to 8:30. Okay, great, Carrie. I'll look for that when I'm off. I keep things all muted, so otherwise I like get off course, you know. I'm like the saying on my page, my brain walked away, went to another room, forgot what I was doing, did something else, walked over there, and now it has no idea where we're at. So that's where I'm at. But so actually I've done good. It was only an hour and a half tonight. I used to only do hour ones, but then I wasn't finishing and I'd have to do them in twosies. I will be downloading this and moving it over to my YouTube channel, hopefully before tomorrow. As far as Etsy posting, I cannot promise that because I have Michael take the pictures, and then I have to, and right now I've got a hat and a purse that I'm trying to list that I need to make. Anyway, I need to make a different hat. The hat and the purse were different colors. Yes, your Wednesdays and say okay at 8:30 because I thought it was 7:30. So you're not getting my alerts. You know what, Patricia? You see the link posted there and that's pinned. Go ahead and click on that and see if that'll get you into the alerts because that's my alert link. And then the next time we talk, if you're still not getting them, we'll look into it. You see the link that's posted there and pinned to the comments, Patricia? Yeah, just click on that and let's see what happens. Usually that should get you there on my notifications. And if you want to do something else, you can type live alert. When you get in there, I don't particularly think you have to, but if you want to, you can. So, yeah, I get confused, Mari. I'm old. I'm set in my ways, and if you change it, it takes new. Like my daughter started a new job, and so Monday was her first day, right? And then Tuesday she wasn't coming home when I thought she should because we watch the writer from the time her husband goes to work in the evenings until she gets home. And I'm like, where's Melinda? And then she texts me, don't forget I started my class tonight. No, you have to click the link first, Patricia. Click where it says m.me. Hi, Kathy. We're just getting finished up here, but that is my link for, that is my link for my notifications if anybody would like to get notifications. I do try to send out a broadcast. I actually think maybe I sent out a broadcast when I was going to cancel it because of weather. We never know here. Wait 5 minutes, the weather changes. So I was going to try, but since we kept having power dips, it wasn't worth the hassle of you guys having to put up with my internet going in and out. And I forgot what I was talking about before that. I was actually, okay, the bangs are supposed to go this way. Just got my hair done last week. I don't know how long the magenta is going to stay in. I'm kind of disappointed. I think I'll go with pink or turquoise next time. Getting kind of bold in my old age. Also, I have a YouTube. If you go on my page, you can find the link there, and I'll make sure to post it again because before you get a custom URL, it's really kind of hard to find, although someone found me without just searching, so I thought that was cool. But I will list my YouTube link again. I think I'm done with all I had a lot of back videos or lives that I was moving over, and I decided to just stay with the newer ones now because I put quite a few. Hi, Jackie from Modesto, California. Yeah, it's probably early out there, and it's probably only 6 o'clock out in Modesto. You know? But, and if that doesn't work, Patricia, we can call and talk, and I'll get you, if you want the notifications, I'll help you. Yeah, you know, Mari, it's hard to, well, I don't have any younger kids like she does, so I don't know what kind of summer activities they do. But I'll tell you what, when my guys were younger and still under my thumb at home, all summer was just softball and any kind of school activity that they needed to go and try out. You know, it was busy. And then my BFF, who I call my sister, I had her 2 kids a lot. So even after Sean and Jennifer left the house, I still had Melinda. And then, so Melinda's 25. And then I call them my nieces. Sierra's like 20 now. And then Maddie just turned 16. So we had those 2. And we were doing the summer school and any activities they were doing and helping her out with them. So, yeah, this is kind of one of, and now we have Ryder, but at 19 months, I don't have to, yeah. At 19 months, I don't have to take him anywhere, although Melinda wanted to give him swim lessons, but that's up to her. She's actually working her second job. That's what I was saying. I don't know when Melinda's ever home because this is her first week at her new job, and Tuesday she had school, so she didn't come home at a normal time. I'm not sure about Wednesday. No, she came home normal time Wednesday. Then last night she went by Walmart or something before she came home, and then tonight she's working her second job, and so I know she won't be home for another hour or so. So I don't know when people come and go, and if I don't, I have to put it in my phone. That's what I do. I just put everything in my phone, and then I know. But I am actually going to get off of here for now, and they sound calm upstairs, and sometimes when Grandpa and Ryder are quiet, it's not good. They're getting into trouble. It's like, you know, having 2 kids. So maybe he took him out in the backyard. That would be good. He loves to run. You take him out there and he climbs down off the deck and he just runs for like an hour, and then he stops because he's tired. But he runs the entire time he's in the yard. So that's good for getting his energy out. I'm going to go look and see what this thing is Sean gave me so I can keep track of my husband's stuff. And I will be back Monday night, and I'm not positive what I'm doing. I do need to make a hummingbird themed wreath, and like as I'm going to make a rose. That one I forgot to tell you. Night, Patricia. I forgot to tell you that, I think, when I was talking about the UTIC, unique in the UITC. The unique in the creek. She doesn't want those on video, and I can't blame her. So I'm not able to do a workshop on video, nor am I able to do a live of those. But if I figure out how to put them onto a regular ring form, which shouldn't be too difficult, but whatever, then I can show them to you. But otherwise, those flowers I can't show you. I can just make them at this time until she's comfortable with her thing. But everybody, have a great evening. We will see you Monday night at 6:30. Hopefully Laura's better, and we will see you tomorrow night at her live at Laura Jean's Wreath Rooms at 7:30 Eastern Time or 6:30 Central. All you get, have a great evening. Oh, wait. No, this is not Monday. Sorry. She'll be live on Tuesday. So I guess I'm the next one because I think Lori will just be putting up a video because I don't know if she'll be back. So I will see you Monday night at 6:30. Everybody have a great weekend. Bye-bye.